If you have a lot of trauma from the past you've never healed from, and on top of that, you're naturally a kind-hearted person, full of empathy and love for the world, then you're impressionable in a way that makes you very vulnerable in a society filled with predators. And it's important for you to understand this, because otherwise, you're going to walk around in this world expecting a you from other people. Because the reality is that the world is filled with people who want to take advantage of people. The reality is filled with predators and they're looking for prey to take advantage of. So if you walk around acting like a prey, which if you're impressionable, if you're naive out there and not protecting yourself, you're going to make yourself extremely vulnerable and available for everyone to just come and get you. And I know this is going to feel so unnatural to you because it is natural for you to act out of love and stuff. Do not change that, but you are going to have to be more careful, and what's going to protect you is your boundaries. And what's going to make it hard is because of your traumas, you're going to have a hard time really asserting your needs and even knowing your needs and admitting to yourself that you have needs as well. And it's very important for you to not forget your needs as well and your values as well, because it is going to feel natural for you to sacrifice yourself for other people while forgetting your own needs. So if you're naturally wired this way, where you're very empathetic, that you would rather really take care of other people than to look after yourself, but you know that this depletes you in the long term. So you know the long-term effects are that it doesn't make you feel good, it makes you feel insecure, it makes you feel worthless over time, and you might have experienced this multiple times in multiple relationships. So you have to work with the pattern here. You have to know your pain point, which is if you continuously feel like your needs are not being met, regardless of who you're around, and then no matter how much you invest in a relationship and no matter how much you love this person, then you have to be responsible about what pattern are you enabling in yourself. What are you repeating that is no longer helping you? Which is why you have to really start understanding what your needs are. So this is not only about having boundaries with other people, but first having boundaries with yourself, knowing your needs and being able to assert those needs and admit to yourself what your needs are. And it might take a while for you to get used to this, especially when you have trauma where your needs were constantly unmet and gaslit, and maybe you were even abused in some situations that made you feel worthless. And yet the fact that you still have the heart, right? So you know you're a good person and you still have hope somehow, that you still know that love is out there because you have that. So just know that if you're that person, know that you're vulnerable, which means that you have to protect yourself extravagantly. But also, it's important for you to know your needs and know your worth and know that you cannot sacrifice yourself for someone else's life. And it's important for you to have the boundary with yourself. So it's one thing to share something with someone and one thing to invest in a relationship, but if that is not mutual, then you'll have to know how to walk away, because then you're repeating the same painful cycle.